and we'll just get started. So if you want to have props for class, you can. So I've got two little cushions. So if you have a pillow or a cushion, sometimes just nice, a bit comfier to sit on. And also you can use it to pad your knees for certain postures. And other things, if you have yoga blocks or big thick books, they can be quite handy for a few bits. The other one is just added extra if you want it, which is either a yoga strap or, like I said the other week, using like a strap from your dressing gown or a tie, anything that's not stretchy. You can use something stretchy if you don't have anything, but if non-stretchy is better, just will give you a bit more support if you do want to use a strap. So that's an option, but you don't need any of that. That's just added extras. So take these first few minutes to settle in, and if you want music, obviously you can play with that. You actually can, as far as I know, play Spotify and Zoom at the same time on your phone. You just have to make sure the sound is okay so that you can hear me chatting away as well as still hear the music. But if you're on a laptop, it's much easier. You can just put the sound half on your Spotify. So for these first few moments, start to check in with yourself and how you feel today. So either seated or lying, whatever feels best in your body today. Notice how your physical body feels. Taking any gentle movement. Notice how your face feels. Are you holding any tension? Your forehead, jaw, neck? Can you release any of that? And then shoulders, down your arms. Notice how your back feels. All the muscles down the sides of your spine, your hips, left and right, around the back, outsides, in front of your hips. Notice how each leg feels. Bringing your awareness all the way down to your feet. And then start to check in with how your mind is today. I think especially this last 2 weeks have been intense for everyone. And I think you guys will all agree that they kind of need to be. We've got a lot of big changes happening, which for everyone can feel a lot. It can be quite overwhelming. And it's important to, one, go through those feelings, sit with them, but also take these times in yoga and your meditation to start processing them and, you know, find kind of a new normal. That goes for the virus and for everything that's happening with BLM. And for these next 45 minutes, see if you can just focus on this present moment. So where you are now, what's happening in your body, what's happening in your mind. And if your mind does start to wander, that's completely normal and will happen because we're human beings. But if you notice it wandering, that's half of the task. See if you can bring it back to where you are. Because as much as we can feel discomfort, we can be nervous, we can feel sad, especially with the current movement. Where you are now is all you can do right now. So if you're in the middle of a yoga class, be here. And then if you're doing other things, reading or protesting or whatever you're doing, be there. So be in the moment you're in. So right now you're here for you. But a little undercurrent I think is really important at the moment. I said previously that we rarely have anyone of colour in this class. And I think if there's any ways that you can think of that we can make classes a bit more accessible or feel more open to everyone, regardless of colour, sex, race, age, then yeah, sit with that. That can be quite an important thing. That's something I've been thinking about a lot the last few weeks. And set yourself an intention for the next 45 minutes. It might be something that's going on in your mind. Maybe it is to just be present, or maybe it's something physical you're working with. But take a deep breath in through your nose, set that intention, and then exhale, let it go, let it be. Take 2 more deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. Maybe closing down your eyes. And if you are seated or lying, start to roll some circles in your wrists. Just starting to get them moving. And ideally, if you can, for most of class, keep your eyes closed. Obviously, sometimes if my cueing isn't bang on, you might have to open them, but see if you can feel what the postures are feeling like for your body rather than what you think they should look like. So feel how your fingers and wrists, hands and arms feel as you move them. And then clasp your hands together. We'll go for a couple of waves. So bring one elbow up, your hands, other elbow, creating little waves with your arms. Just warming up all the muscles down the front and back of your arms, shoulders, and then switch the wave the other direction. And then from here, reach your hands all the way out in front of you and then start to claw the air. So using all the muscles in your fingers and your hands, really start to wake them up. And then from here, bring your hands all the way overhead and then squeeze your hands really tight. Breathe in, take a deep breath in, squeeze your hands super tight. And then as you exhale, let them go. And then inhale, squeeze them tight. Put more air in, and then exhale, let it go. Squeeze in, inhale. Exhale, let it go. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. 3 more, squeeze, breathe in, breathe out. In, out. Last one, breathe in and out. And then start shaking your hands. See if you can keep your hands really high. So your shoulders are probably going to start to feel a bit of a burn. They're going to start to work, warming them up. Shake your hands even faster. Do 5 more seconds. Keep breathing as you do this for 3, 2, even faster, 1, and then bring your hands down onto your knees or thighs. Deep breath in, exhale out your mouth. And feel that warm and that nice buzz in your hands. From here, once again, you can keep your eyes closed if you want, or you can open them. I'm going to start to move into a tabletop position. I'm going to take a little bit of organic movement. So bring your hands underneath your shoulders and your knees underneath your hips. So take a moment to be in stillness here. Steady out your back. So imagine you could have like a plate of, I was going to say plate of tea, a cup of tea on your back. It's strange if you're drinking tea out of a plate. And you want to try not spill that tea, because obviously if you go one way or the other, you might burn yourself. So see if you can keep that back as flat as possible. And then really press your hands and open your eyes for a moment and look at what your hands are doing. You want to have an almost direct L and L facing each other. So your hands are very inward or outward. It might just be what your shoulders do. But for most of class, especially in downward dog, you want to have that L and L shape. So on your next inhale, start to lift your chest towards the front of the room. Drop your belly. And then as you exhale, tuck your chin towards your chest. Press your hands away. And really close your eyes and feel these motions. Inhale, drop your belly, chest comes forward. Feel that motion all the way to the tip of your spine, all the way to your neck. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, fill your belly, drop it down, chest towards the front of the room. Press your hands in, press your feet into the mat. Exhale, chin to chest. So take 5 more rounds like this, really warming up every part of your body, and add on anything that you feel you need. So it might be some hip circles, It might be walking your hands out towards the side or your fingers towards your knees, wherever you feel you need a stretch. Or you can come all the way back into a child's pose. Just really listen to your body and see what it needs. Use your breath as much as you can. Generally in yoga, whenever the breath stops, the movement should stop too. So bear that in mind as you move. If your breath stops, see if you can let the movement stop at that point too. So finish your last round and then come back to a neutral spine. From here, on your next inhale, start to lift your left hand up in front of you and see if you can keep your hand parallel to the ground. And then from there, you're going to reach your hand all the way alongside your body. So you're just opening up your shoulder. And then inhale, bring it all the way back in front of you. Place that hand back down on the mat. Inhale, right hand comes up. So flat towards the ground first. And then open that hand up. So you're drawing a circle in the sky alongside your body. And then exhale, bring it all the way forward and back down onto the ground. Inhale, bring your left hand up again. And then from here, you're going to bring your right leg up behind you. And then as you exhale, bring your left hand onto your right knee and hug your knee in. Inhale, bring it all the way out. See if you can kick your leg up a bit higher, hand up a bit higher. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale, one more time. And then from here, you're going to reach that hand all the way around and maybe see if you can find your foot. So you might get your toe. You might find the inside of your foot or ankle. And then from here, you're going to kick your foot into your hand a little. Keep this quite gentle, but you'll feel a wee stretch in the front of your shoulder and maybe in the top of your thigh. You might fall over. That's also fine. Take one more breath in this pose. And then as you exhale, bring your hand down, knee down to the mat. Let it go. Reset. If you need to do any little wrist circles, do it. You do that on the second side. So as you inhale, bring your right hand up. And then exhale, you're going to lift your left leg. Take another deep inhale in. And then as you exhale, bring your hand to your knee. Tuck yourself into a tight ball. Inhale, stretching forward and up. Exhale, hand to knee. Tucking your ball really tight. Inhale, reach that hand and foot a little higher. Exhale, hand to foot. One more time, and then we're going to reach all the way around to the back. Inhale, really tall, and then reach that hand all the way around, maybe finding your toe, maybe your foot. And then take 2 breaths here. So see if you can lift that foot a little higher, pressing your foot into your hand. Notice how different it feels on this side. So for me, this is my really tight hip flexor. So I'm feeling it a lot more in this thigh. You might feel it in one shoulder more. Last breath in, and then as you exhale, bring both hands down. All right, we're moving into downward dog. So from here, you're going to tuck your toes, walk your hands a little further forward, and then inhale, lift those hips all the way up and back. Maybe padding into one knee and then the other. Take 2 more rounds of breath here. Just see how your body feels today in your downward dog. Nice. On your next inhale, roll your body forward to a high plank. Check on your hands. If they've sprayed out, see if you can keep them in line. So you've got those 2 L's. And then exhale, drop your knees, chest and chin to the mat. Inhale, coming forward. I'm just coming into some pillows. And then lift that chest off the mat. Exhale, chest comes down. Inhale, tuck your toes. And then start to lift those hips all the way up and back into your downward dog. Let's take one more big breath in here. And then exhale, let it go out your mouth. Inhale, coming forward to that high plank. Once again, check your hands. Exhale, dropping knees, chest and chin. Inhale, coming forward. Just gently lift that chest up as you inhale. Exhale, chest comes down, tuck the toes, back up to your downward dog. We'll do one more round like that. Inhale, coming forward to your high plank. Exhale, dropping knees, chest and chin. Inhale, coming forward. Lift that chest. Maybe a little higher this time. Exhale, come down, tuck your toes, and then inhale back to your downward dog. Let's take one more big clearing breath here. And then as you inhale, start to lift your left leg up and back behind you, keeping your toes facing towards the floor. Exhale, bring your knee towards your nose and hover it. Inhale, coming all the way up and back. Exhale, knee to nose, hover one more time. Inhale, all the way up and back. And then this time, exhale, knee to nose, and then you're going to step your foot between your hands. Drop your back knee, keeping back toe tucked for now, and then inhale, lift those hands up towards the ceiling. Exhale, power your hips down, so you're getting a nice stretch in that back hip flexor. Inhale, find length, tucking your belly button in, tucking your ribs down as well, if you feel them flaring up. And then from here, as you exhale, you're going to bring your hands to frame your front foot, and we're going to go into a little half splits. So options to keep your hands on the floor, or if you want a little more, you can use those two books and then press your weight back. The books can actually just give you a little bit more stability and help you straighten your lower back. So taking 2 more breaths here. So inhale to find length in your lower back. Exhale, folding over that leg a little more. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, fold. And then as you inhale, you can let go of your books, coming forward. And then from here, you're going to lift up your back heel, and we're coming into a high lunge. So ideally, you want to power up through using your legs, coming all the way to standing. And then as you exhale, bend into both knees a little more. Hands come to heart center. Just take 2 rounds of breath here. Notice how different it feels having that back leg lifted. Then as you exhale, see if you can sink those hips a little deeper. And then as you inhale, reaching yourself nice and tall, and then exhale, twisting over. So you're bringing your right elbow over your left knee. Forgot the word for elbow, very good. Nice, take 2 more big breaths in here. With every exhale, twist a little deeper. And then your next inhale, sweeping back around, frame your front foot, step your back foot forward and inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale, come all the way up to stand. And then exhale, folding back over your legs. Inhale, come into a halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands. This time, step your left foot back. And you're going to come into a low lunge first. So dropping that back knee, keeping your back toe tucked. That's just going to give you a bit of stability when we go for our half splits. Inhale, hands come to the sky. Exhale, sink those hips lower. Once again, notice how that hip flexor feels. Maybe bend into the front knee a little more. And then in your next inhale, grab your books, and as you exhale, you're going to start to peel that foot off the mat. So your foot is, your toes all the way off, heels pressing down into the ground. And then as you inhale, see if you can find length in the lower back. And then as you exhale, fold a bit further over. So you're trying to keep that length in the lower spine area, and then folding over from the chest, almost like your chest is going forward the whole time. 1 more big breath in here. And then as you exhale, get rid of your books. Inhale, come forward. And then you're going to lift up that back knee. And we're going to, you might need to shuffle yourself around a little first. Powering through the legs, back up to your high lunge. Exhale, bending deep into that knee. Taking 1 more breath here once again to feel that focus. Hands come to the chest. Exhale to sink a little deeper. And then as you inhale, find length in your spine. And as you exhale, left elbow comes over right knee, twisting towards the right. Check on what happens with that knee as well. If your knee kind of bows in as you do that, see if you can stack it right on top of your ankle a little more. As you inhale, start to come back forward, frame the front foot. This time bringing your front foot back to a 3-legged downward dog. So you're lifting it all the way up behind you. As you exhale, knee comes to nose and hover for a moment. Inhale all the way up and back. Exhale, knee to nose. Last time, inhale, coming up. Exhale, knee to nose. And then inhale, coming up. And then place that foot back down to meet the left. Nice. I'm going to take a vinyasa here. If you want to take a child's pose, go for it. As you inhale, come forward to your high plank. This time, exhale, coming halfway, or you can drop your knees. And then inhale to your up dog or cobra. Exhale, tuck the chin all the way back to down dog. All right, we're going to go external next. So inhale, lift your right leg up behind you, bending into that knee. Take one huge big circle with your knee. And then as you exhale, right knee to your nose, stepping between the hands, and then press your left foot down. Inhale, coming up to warrior two. Bend into that front knee. If like me, you've still got your socks on, a bit naughty, you can take them off. So coming into your warrior two, check your alignment. So you want your front heel to line up with your back arch, opening up both hands. And then from here, we're going to go for reverse warrior. Swivel your front hand to face the ceiling, and then pour your weight forward, reach all the way to the ceiling. Back hand can be on back thigh or all the way around your back for a half bind. Nice. Exhale, sink a little deeper. Inhale, reaching up and then coming forward for side angle. Hand onto your front knee and then reaching all the way up and over. Looking underneath that top armpit. Nice. Take one more big breath in here. And then as you exhale, coming all the way around, you're going to go for an option of a half or full bind. So I'll show you the other way around. So your top hand can either come resting either on base your back, to the inside of that thigh, or if you want to go for a full bind, you can bring that other hand underneath your thigh. Make sure it's under your thigh and not under your crotch. That's what we call nappy grabbing. And if you're finding you're not quite reaching your hand, this is where your strap can come in. So you can get the top hand holding your strap or your whatever you've got to use instead of a strap, a tie or something. Then you can reach underneath and get a hold of that strap so you've got it in both hands. And that can give you the same feeling and still open your shoulders. So take one more big breath in here, open your chest towards the front of the room. And then as you exhale, you can release out, drop your strap. And then inhale, start to straighten into your front leg. Exhale, coming into triangle. So tilt your hips back, pour your weight forward, bring your front hand towards the inside of either your ankle or thigh. Shin, not thigh. And then reaching that top hand up towards the ceiling. If you want a little more, you can grab your big toe at the front. What is that noise? Take one more big inhale here. And then as you exhale, bending into your front knee. Coming into warrior two. Literally got no idea what that is. And then start to straighten to your front knee again. You're going to turn both toes to face the long side of your mat. So from here, you're going to start to walk your feet out as far as feels comfortable. So you might be there already, or you might have a little bit more width. We're going to go into a forward fold. So only go where it feels comfortable. Don't push it too far. But we're getting a bit of a groin stretch to the inner upper thighs. So from here, inhale, clasp your hands behind you. And then as you inhale more, stretch your chest towards the ceiling. Exhale, fold your body over your legs, keeping a little micro bend in your knees. We're going to take 2 breaths here. So inhale to find length in your spine, and exhale, let your hands fall away from you, maybe lifting your toes a little. And in your next exhale, you're going to bring your hands down towards the ground. So gently unclasp your hands. And if your hands reach the ground, great. If you have those blocks and you want to use them, you can put them underneath both your hands. You might even have your head touching the ground. So take one more big breath wherever you are and really let your body fall here as you exhale. And then from here, bring your hands onto your waist and then power through your legs and inhale, start to come all the way up to stand. Nice. So from here, you're going to heel toe your legs a little closer together, going in for warrior, goddess pose, sorry. Inhale, hands come to the ceiling. And then as you exhale, hands come into cactus arms, bending deep into those hips. Maybe lifting those toes, but just make sure your weight's really far back. So 2 more breaths. Inhale to open the chest. Exhale, sink a little deeper. Inhale, open that chest. Exhale, a little deeper. And then inhale, come all the way up to stand. Shake it off, let it go. So we're actually now going to go and do the exact same thing in reverse on the second side. So start to walk your left foot towards the back of your mat, which is now going to be the front, coming into warrior two to face the back. So bending deep into that knee. Nice. From here, check your alignment, front heel to back arch. And then you're going to start to pour your weight forward, come back into reverse warrior. So maybe your back hand onto your back thigh or coming into that half bind. Take one more breath out, bending deep into that knee. Inhale, reaching all the way up and forward. And a hand to front thigh, reaching up and over, looking underneath your top armpit. Bending a little more into that knee, maybe take the weight off that arm and then sweep your top hand around. So once again, we're going to have that option of half or full bind. So wherever you are, either you come straight into it. This is my less flexible side, so I might use my strap for this one. So you can use your top hand to get a hold of that strap and then hook underneath. See if you can find the strap and then start to wiggle your hands up the strap until you feel you've got enough length and then open that chest towards the side. Taking one more breath here. I know your legs are on fire. Nice, and then as you inhale, start to unhook, let that strap go, coming all the way back up. And this time you're going to straighten into your front leg, tip those hips back, coming into triangle. So front hand comes to the inside of your calf or ankle, reaching that top hand up. You want to really imagine the top half of your body moving back in space, as if you're like leaning your top hand against a wall. One last stretch here. Nice, and then as you exhale, bending into that front knee, straighten into it. And then from here, we're going to go back alongside that long side of our mat. This time, bringing your feet a little closer. And then you're going to do the opposite clasp with your hands. So whichever way you clasp them the first way, so if it was like this, walk your hands along one. We're not forward folding this time. You're going to bend into your knees deeply, squeeze your belly button in as much as you can, tighten everything up in your core. And then as you exhale, start to bring your shoulder blades together, chest towards the sky, opening up those shoulders. Take 2 deep breaths in here. Exhale, let those hands sink a little further down your back, keeping that core tight. Maybe squeeze the butt cheeks together. Quite hard to do when your legs are this far apart. Exhale a little more. And then as you inhale, gently come back to stand. Unhook your hands, give yourself a little shoulder roll, and then walk your feet a little closer together. Inhale, hands come towards the ceiling, and we're going to Malasana, so yogi squat. Hands come all the way through heart center, sinking all the way deep down. And then from here, we're going to stay here for 5 breaths. So on your next inhale, left hand comes down. You want your elbow to be pressing into the inside of that knee, so legs are really pressing out the way. Inhale, right hand comes up. And then exhale, that hand comes down to the other side. Inhale, hand comes up to the left. Exhale, left hand comes down. Inhale, hand up to the right. Exhale, left hand down. And if your feet are totally flat, see if you can lift your toes. Inhale, left hand up. Exhale, hands come back to the center. And then from here on the way up, you're going to inhale halfway. So you're in a little squat position. Exhale, come down one more time. Inhale halfway. And then so you can stand up as slowly as possible. Your legs are going to be burning. Nice. Once you're up, exhale, let it all go. Shake it off. Nice. All right, we're going to come into warrior two briefly back on the first side, just so it flows. So bending deep into your front knee, finding a nice strong warrior two. Notice how those hips feel. And then exhale, hands frame the front foot. And then from here, step your front foot back to downward dog. Nice. Option to take a child's pose, move through vinyasa, or stay still, it's up to you. Inhale if you want that vinyasa to high plank. Exhale, coming halfway or all the way. Inhale to up dog or cobra. And then exhale, come all the way back to your downward dog. From here, you're going to walk your hands to your feet. So walking your hands towards the back of your mat. So you can bend into your knees and take as many little walking movements with your hands as you can. And then as you exhale, you're just going to let your body fold over your legs. Maybe rocking your body side to side. Releasing any tension you're holding in that lower back. Nice. From here, we're going to come into chair pose. So I'll do this facing the front, but you can stay at the back of your mat. Bring your big toes to touch, and then inhale, sweep your hands along the floor. Exhale, sinking nice and deep. Nice. So while you're in that chair pose, you want to have your hips super far back. And then from here, start to bring your weight into your right leg, lifting your left leg up. So you want both knees to be facing towards the ceiling. So both are still facing up this way. And then you're going to hook that leg over the top. Ideally here, if you might have really flexible hips, you might have your top foot has just gone right around the back. Mine are not that flexible, so mine just goes kind of on the side. And then as you exhale, you're going to bend both knees a little more, sink a little deeper. So we're in eagle legs. We're going to take eagle arms option. If that's a bit much and you're falling over, just keep your hands either up or on your waist. If you want to go for eagle arms, bring your left hand under, right hand over the top. And you're going to get hold of either your thumb inside of your palms, and then start to lift those hands up in front of you. Exhale, sink a little deeper with the legs, and then as you inhale, lift those elbows up a little more. Exhale, sinking deeper one last time. And then as you inhale, come all the way up, release everything out, and then let it go. Whew. Notice how your shoulders feel. You probably have one that feels a little bit looser now as you go. So we're going to do that same thing on the second side. So bring your big toes to touch. Inhale, sweep your hands alongside your feet, coming into that chair, and exhale, sink super deep. Nice. As you inhale, start to lift your right leg this time. Once again, keeping your legs parallel, bringing that all the way around the back. And then from here, right hand comes under left. So the opposite side, you'll probably feel straight away if it's the same side. And then as you exhale, sink a little deeper. Inhale, lifting those hands up a little more, maybe bring them away from your face. Exhale, sinking down. Feel that opening at the back of the shoulders. Inhale, lifting those elbows up. One last exhale to sink those hips a little lower, squeeze those legs together. Inhale, come all the way up, and then release those hands out and let it go. Nice. From here, coming into Tadasana, so bring your feet hip distance apart, close down your eyes. Inhale, lift your hands towards the ceiling, and exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Thumbs come all the way to your heart. Let's take 3 deep breaths here. As you inhale, feel your chest rise towards your thumbs. Exhale out your mouth. Do that 2 more times. Notice how you feel. All right, we've got one more chair pose. So on your next inhale, release your hands, sweep them alongside your body, big toes to touch. And then as you exhale, sinking low. We're going to come all the way down into your mats this time. So at some point, you're going to lift your heels and then start sinking yourself even lower. See if you can keep yourself on your high heels. And then at some point, exhale, you're going to come all the way down into boat pose. So we're going to keep going. If you feel like you're done, you can just lie on your mat. Or from here, you can take 3 breaths. So inhale to open the chest, maybe straighten the legs. Exhale, sink a little lower. If you want a bit of support as well, you can just put your feet on the mat. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, sink a little lower, just hovering above your mat. Inhale, open everything up. And then exhale, come all the way down. Release all the way down onto your mat. Nice. You just got 2 more moves to do, and then we're into Shavasana. So from here, if you bring your big toes, your feet, sorry, towards your bum. So you've got your heels quite close to your bum, so you can just graze them with your hands. And then from here, roll yourself so you can feel your shoulder blades flat on the ground underneath you. Palms face down alongside your body. We're going to go for a bridge pose. So you just got 1 back bend. If you are feeling really energetic today and you want to go for a wheel, you can. If not, let's stick with bridge. As you inhale, turn your toes together, lift those hips up off the mat. Start to peel your back off vertebrae by vertebrae And then start to roll your weight onto the top of your shoulders. Either keep your hands flat on the ground or clasp them underneath you and press your pinkies down into the mat. Or you can make a little shelf so you can press your hands right underneath your body. Whatever feels good for you today. Take 2 more big breaths here. With every inhale, activate those legs and lift your hips a little higher. And then exhale, you can start to release your hands, come down bit by bit onto the mat, and find stillness for a moment before you counter stretch. Let your back land. And then start to walk your feet out towards the outside of your mat. Knock your knees in together. Put your left hand onto your chest, right hand onto your belly. Take 1 more breath. Feel your chest and belly rise as you inhale and fall as you exhale. And then from here, we're going to go into inversion. So option 1 is dead bug. So bringing your hands and feet above your body and taking a couple of circles there. If you want shoulder stand, you can start to lift your hips up using your hands and then walk your hands all the way up into your lower back and then up and towards your shoulders. Really activating your legs while you're up here. Maybe pointing your toes, maybe flexing them. If you want to go for plow, you can bring your feet all the way behind you towards the floor. And whenever you feel ready, slowly start to come out. And gently bring your feet or legs down towards the mat. To finish off, if you feel like you're ready, you can just lie into your final resting posture. Or if you want a twist to stretch off your back, you can hug your left knee in towards your chest, hold onto it with your right hand, let your left hand drop, and then as you exhale, let that leg fall all the way over your body. This might feel better with your bottom leg straight or bent. See how it feels in your body. And then take 3 deep breaths here. Inhale to find length and exhale to let that leg get heavy. Inhale, find length and space in your chest. Exhale, let that leg fall a little further over. And then in your next inhale, start to come back to the center. Take any counter twists you need, or you can gently just bring that right knee in towards your chest and bring it across your body. This is another point that your pillows can come in. If you find, like me, you've got quite a big gap and it feels comfortable, you can pop a little pillow there. Quite nice and restorative place to be. One last breath here. And then inhale, start to come back towards the center, hugging your knees in towards your chest and rocking side to side. So from here, you can come into a happy baby pose if that feels good. So bring your feet up towards the ceiling, maybe rocking side to side, maybe staying in stillness if that feels good. If there's anything else you need before Shavasana to feel like you can relax, take any extra stretches you need now. That might be some wrist stretches, ankle stretches. And then whenever you're ready, you can start to find that resting posture. If you need to head off before your resting posture, go for it. Otherwise, stay as long as you need.